Hey, everybody, welcome back. So, we've gone through a couple of little training segments. Just as a quick recap, I first talked about that great big white elephant. How in the world do you handle learning all of the bells and whistles with high level? And I said, you don't have to. All you have to do is start small, pick two or three things. So, we created a simple opt in form, and then we created a super simple landing page. So, how did you do? Let me know. And let me just share my screen here. And let's hop in. Let me open up the screen and show you, if this is the first time that you're watching it. We talked about, again, GoHighLevel / high level, very comprehensive, all-in-one marketing program. It's like sitting down in a jet engine and thinking you're going to be able to fly to the moon and back in just one simple session. Well, you won't. But what I said was make sure, just focus on the lead capture tools first. And so what did we do? We created that simple opt-in form. And then we created a super simple landing page. Now what we're going to do, excuse me, we're actually going to marry these two things together, our opt-in form and our landing page, and then we're going to create a simple automation. Let me come back here just for a minute. So what do I mean about automation? So automations, it's all about, if you do something more than twice, take note, and instead of repeating over and over and over, let's let the engine do the work, right? So what's the scenario? Somebody opts in for a lead magnet or something awesome that you have, or maybe they purchase something. What do you normally have to do? Well, you generally take them to like a thank you page, let them know what to expect. And then on the back end, you have an email that automatically generates and sends them that email. And then you might have some other things that you need to do. So the number one thing I always like to do is tag my people so that I know where they came from, because I have more than one lead magnet opt-in, right? So when they opt in, based on what it is, I put a little tag of, okay, they opted in on my ABC lead magnet. And then sometimes there's other things that I want to do in addition to that email with the link. Thanks so much. Click here and grab your goodie. I would want to put them in what we call a welcome sequence. So I send them an email maybe every day for 3 days, or on day 2, I might send them a link to a specific YouTube training. So you see something that you would repeat over and over again. And instead of you doing it or you trying to remember, the system will do it for you. So that's the power of identifying and building in these automations. So that's what we're going to focus on now. Now, let me just back out here so you can see the bigger picture. I'm inside of my high level account. Over here on the left, I'm on sites, and then I'm now on my funnel steps. And a funnel, the difference between a funnel and a website, a funnel has one specific purpose. And so this purpose, I have a giveaway that I want somebody to opt in for. Okay. And then we would want to create a thank you page after they've opted in, but we'll do that in the next video here. So we created this, but we're going to edit it. So I'm just going to click edit here in the middle, kind of at the bottom. And while it's loading up, who remembers what I said about the AI features? As of January 2026, I'm not using many of the AI features. I think it will get stronger as time goes on, but I'm just going to click the little X and get out of here. And again, by a quick refresher, as I move my mouse, notice this green box comes around because the page builder is built on sections. Who remembers what's next? Rows, then columns. So this particular one has 3 columns, and then within each section row column here is an asset. And this happens to be an image. Down here in the pink section, this is another section. This is a one row here, and then right here, this is actually 2 columns in that row. So I've got my little bullet list. I have text. I have an image. Then down here in this section, this is what I call the footer section that you could actually save and use over and over again on all of your pages that you build. Now, what's the missing component here? We actually have an opt-in. So instead of a picture, what I want to say is grab this wonderful freebie below. Okay, so I'm some kind of invitation here, letting them know. And then over here on this left side, I might be talking about all the wonderful reasons why they need that. And then instead of an image, we are going to put an opt-in form. So I've selected this asset here. I'm just going to come right up here. I'm going to delete this image. And now I've just got this blank area. So I'm going to click on add. And what am I going to add here? So under all of the different elements, if we come down, there's quite a few things now added to it. We could add a survey. We could add a calendar so that the calendar would pop up. We could have automatic reviews, all of that kind of stuff. But what we want is a form. And I think they moved it on me again. Let me see if I can find it here. I wish you guys were live. Then you could say, wait, you just passed it. Someplace, there it is. So there's the form. I'm going to click on that. Once I do, it's going to say, hey, wait a minute, pick your form. Now I could create the form, but remember, we already did that in the other video. So I'm going to click the drop down. And who remembers that little tip that I shared with you, that if you use a little emoji, sometimes it's easier to find your forms. So you can see here as I'm scrolling down, I have a ton of forms here. The other tip that I shared with you is if you use like your initials, then sometimes that's an easy way to find the form also. Now, if you're just getting started, you probably don't have a lot of different forms, but in this instance, and remember right here, I put the little emoji and SC for Starr Consulting. And so I'm just going to click on that. And there it is. So there's my form, easy peasy, just like that. Couple little side things that you need to do, and you would, and I think I talked about it, I can't remember, but when you create the form, you will need to point to your privacy policy and terms of service. You could search on my YouTube videos. I'm sure I've got one that talks about how to do that. And then here it is. But now, remember I said the automations, we've got this form here. Now, what do we want to happen? Well, we want, to be able to send them an email, to send them the link or whatever it is. So I'm going to first come up here to the very top. I'm going to save. And then this little SEO metadata always comes up. So we just save that again. And now I'm going to publish it. So now we're good to go here for a minute. So I'm going to go back out. And over here to the left, remember I said each one of these are like major categories. If you click on automation, what we're going to do now is create an automation. So we first created the form, then we created the page, now the automation. Automations, excuse me, same thing as the sites in the sense of I normally create a folder and put all of my automations. So the page that I was building is a free webinar that people can sign up for. So in the automations, I would have a folder for webinars to that particular webinar and all the automations. Right now, though, I'm just going to click on Create Workflow up here at the top right. And again, you can play around with the AI. There's also tons of templates, but just like that landing page, we're going to create it from scratch because you need to just kind of get the hang of how it works, okay? Again, it has an automation AI bot here, so you're welcome. Day by day, things keep getting better. So tell it what you want and it will kind of pre-build. But I'm from the old school that you should at least the first time understand how the whole system works and how you're building it. So I'm just going to ignore this. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come up here to this title and I'm going to click on it. And again, I like to name things the same pattern. So if I'm creating, so I had a beta launch workshop. I invited people to that workshop. So BL for beta launch was the acronym that I used for every single thing that I created and then the rest of it. So let's just pretend like this is my beta launch workshop opt-in. And again, the title that we're putting in here is just for me. I give it as much detail as I want so that I can remember what it is, okay? Then go to settings, just a couple of little tweaks. Pay attention to this. It automatically allows re-enter. That just means if you're testing it or somebody's opted in one time, 2 months from now, they opt in again, you're allowing that. It's up to you if you want to change it. The main thing that I want you to do is come all the way down to the bottom and mark conversation as read. Now, why am I doing that? Because if not, then your conversation inbox inside of GoHighLevel, you'll get flooded with all of these, people opted in, people opted in, people opted in. Now you can build an automation that takes care of it instead of you having to mark it. All right, so that's under settings. We gave it a name, made that change in settings. And now on the builder, I'm going to ignore this little box up here. And what you have to do is first decide what the trigger is. And let me come back here just for a minute. When I say trigger, think of a light switch. You walk into the room, and unless you've got a motion detector or the clap clap, you have to do something to turn the light switch on, right? So as soon as you turn it on, something happens. So the trigger is, hey, when I click that switch up, my lights come on. So when you're building a workflow, what makes the whole thing start working the first time? Okay. So what is that trigger? So that's what we are going to build right now. So my trigger for this is, it's actually a form. So you could just type form up here and then come down and pick what fits. So a form was submitted. Well, which one? Okay, we don't want it triggering for every single form we ever create. So in this little window, I'm going to click on Add Filters. I'm going to do a drop down, and the form is, and because I had just used it, it shows up on the top. But again, do you see how by putting a little emoji and my initials, if I had 100 forms, I could just quickly scroll through and I could find it. So that is the trigger. That's what's going to start this whole, all right. Great job. Then the second thing that I do, and so I'm just going to click the little plus and I'm going to assign to user. And who's the user? I'm going to click down and select me and save. Now, why am I doing this? Just without going too deep into the woods, if I assign it to me, to my profile, I have certain things set up in my email signature, things like that. And so I won't have to do it every time. So I assign it to me, and then any email I send out, all that kind of stuff, it picks up my attributes. All right. So we created the trigger. I've assigned it to me. Then what's the next thing that I want to do? Now, some of these actions, it doesn't matter what comes first. For some of them, assigned to user, you should put right at the top of the chain. I kind of have a little system, so I do it the same way every time. The next thing that I like to do is I add, so I just started typing the word contact. I add contact tag. Okay. Remember, I said when people come into my database, I want to know where they came from, what got them into my database. So under my tags, here's all of the different tags that I've created, but I don't have one for my beta launch workshop opt-in. Okay. So I just typed it and I have the option to add a new tag. And the action name I could type up here. Okay. The information that's up here in the action name is just for my own information. It's going to add a tag that shows that. I'm going to save the action. And so here it is. We have the trigger, assigned it to me. Now it's tagging the people. And now what's the next thing that I want? I want to send them an email. So I just started to type in email, click send email. And the email name, from name, click on that and I can add my details here. And then the subject, I'm just going to say your workshop details, or maybe beta launch workshop details. Okay. And then right here, I can just start adding whatever I want. So thanks for signing up for this free workshop. Here's what to expect. Okay. And I can just add the rest of the details here. All right. I'm not going to go too deep into the woods. I'm just introducing you. There's tons of things we can do. Quick little, in fact, this is so important. Let me come back here. Quick little thing. Pay attention to this. When you have new people on your list, the first time they've landed, you've never emailed them before, the email that goes out to them needs to be plain vanilla. No pictures, no fancy schmancy stuff, okay? The reason is the two servers are getting to know each other. And if you have tons of stuff in that email, the server looks at it and says, it's just junk mail because it's like that glossy catalog. So get over the idea that the email has to be pretty and fancy, make it a plain Jane one, and you'll have a better chance of it landing in the inbox instead of spam. Okay, so let's keep going here. So then here's all of the details of the email that we send them out. Don't worry about any of the other things. You can test the email just to see what it looks like. Type in your email, and now I'm going to save the action. And here it is. We've built our first automation. Somebody opted in for the workshop. Here it is. Gets assigned to me, gets assigned a tag, and sends them an email. So now all I have to do, come up here to the top right and publish. and save. All right, great job. So let's just give it a quick little test. I'm going to come back over here to the left to my sites. Little training tip. If you click this little clock thing here, it will show the most current things that I've been working on at the top. Saves you a ton of time. I'm going to click on that page because I just couldn't remember what I called this URL. So I'm going to click view page. Oh, and you know what? I'm using a dead, I think I'm using a dead link or a dead domain here. Let's see. Will this one work? We'll see. Let me know. Do you have so many domains that it's hard to know which ones are good and which ones you're not using? All right, let's see if this domain works. And if the word domain scares you to death, you've never heard of it, don't worry. No, that's a bad one too. So let me come back and change it one more time. The finishing circle should work. Let's see how many times it takes me to find a good domain here. So it's saving it. And now let's see. Okay, finally, success. All right. And way up here at the top, I don't know if you can see it, but remember I said whatever we name that page name, that's what shows up after the slash. So now I'm just going to do a quick little test here. And in another video here, we'll talk about the thank you page. So it should be taking them to a thank you page, but we haven't set that up yet. All right. So now I'm going to, how do we know that that worked? If I come over here to my contacts, and I'm already in here a million times, right here it is. Is this the one, Deb Test? I don't know if this is the one or maybe I had another one, but you'll see here these little tags. So the automation that we set up would tag them with whatever tag you had. I think I have another one here, but I'm not gonna make you watch me hunt and peck for that. Okay. So did you get what we accomplished? So we created we dumped that form. I was trying to think of the words. We dumped that form into our landing page. Okay. Then we went into automations. And what did we want the automations to do? We wanted to assign it to you or myself. We tagged them and then we sent them an email. So those were the main, very simple. And then once you test it, it'll show up and you can see that it works. So now really there's only one more thing we need to do. We just need to create a quick little thank you page and we're off to the races. Okay. I'll see you in the next video then.